Hello, it's your friendly neighborhood Stitch Witch, and I wanted to let you guys know that I had originally filmed my intro to this video a few days ago, and then life happened, and I have absolutely no updates. But I want to do this a little bit better, so I'm re-recording this intro. I might even include the original intro at the end of this video. I don't know yet. That's going to be up to editing me and how many times I argue with my editing programming. But to give you guys some updated video, I am going to be giving you guys, to start off, a point of view of me putting eyeballs in all of my creatures that I've created so far, and my sewing up their ends, and it's going to, of course, be time lapsed. Also, I am going to be working on finishing up the bokoblin. As soon as I'm done with that, I'm going to give you guys updates just like I did with the dragon. The bokoblin is a little bit further along than I did with the dragon, so it shouldn't take me as long in theory, but we'll see how that goes. I think that's about all I have to do for this intro. Remember, I do have a goal of making $3,000 worth of product between now and when it'll be the Wednesday before Winter Fete. I'm probably going to have to edit out different clips from this, but this is the learning process. We're all learning together and we're all going to be fine. But so I've got that. I've got a bunch of poppers that I've made that I'll be showing you guys in a little bit. I've got where I made my littles out of the next size up of my yarn. And I'm going to be going from there until I get products. Oh, and I have an elf hood that I'm almost done with as well that I'm going to be finishing up in these next 2 days. I'm going to be working diligently and trying to give you guys as many updates as possible and hope for the best. So we shall see how things go. Okay, so I got all of those guys stuffed, eyeballed, and sewed up. Let me show you what I got done. I got two different little pine trees or Christmas trees done, and they are quiet fidget toys. I also have one, two, three, four little octos done, and one lone triceratops. Now, I'm going to go gather up all the parts that I have for my bokoblin, and I'm going to evaluate what I got to do with that and go from there. And I will either just start doing it and hit record, or I'll explain what I'm doing, then hit record. So the only me that knows in a short amount of time is you guys who will be watching this. So see you in a few minutes. Well, for you, a few minutes. Me, it's up in the air. Okay, so I have gathered up all the parts I have done for my baby goblin. I have his body. I have his ears. I have his little snout. I have his arms. And I have his legs. I still need to make his little necklace and his little loincloth, but those shouldn't take me too long. I'm going to go ahead, and now that I have all the parts gathered, I'm going to go ahead and take the time to start sewing everybody up and see how he looks from there. So that should not take me too long, and I will be going from there. Um, yeah. doing another update. I really haven't recorded much today because, well, life's been lifing. Had to take a friend to the airport, so I didn't get as much done today as I would like, but I still made some significant progress. First off, last night I got everything sewn on him. I got his little loincloth made. I still got to do his horn, and I'm going to put a couple extra stitches in his legs so he sits a little better. That's just a personal preference. And then I've got this guy. It's in one of my own designs. It's a hood, an elf hood. And this is merino wool here. And this is mohair that glows in the dark also. Now, I know I said I wasn't stocking for the Black Friday market I have next Friday, but I think I might make an exception for this one. It looks so cute. I kind of want to show it off. It's my own, like I said, my own design, but also because of the glow in the dark factor. And I still have some tweaks to do for this, but I kind of want to see how people like. But I want to add a couple little dangly things to it. I've already got the balls made for it, so all I gotta do is put the cord in. I will be doing a full breakdown tomorrow right before I start editing of everything I've got made this week. Depending on how things are going this evening, I might even show you guys, do some footage of just of me crocheting like I already did earlier. Oh, I also have a beret I gotta finish tonight. And I think I've been making a lot of my littles where they're done with the posh yarn, so that's the next size up. So I really want to make some more of those. Let me see if I can pull out an example. Like these guys. I normally make this with my velvet yarn for $5. And I did this with, this was actually just chenille. But my just chenille and my posh, and there's another one that I do for that uses all the same size hook that I'm wanting to make. But I did come across a few other guys, and after I record tomorrow, I'm going to go ahead and start getting a bag together so the way I already have somewhere to put all of my projects that I am making for this. And I also have a plan for next week that may be my project for next week leading up to Thanksgiving. I don't know how I'm going to film things because I have like 2 videos planned for next week. I'm having my Winter Fete prep video that I've been doing this week and last week. But I also have to do a video for my market that I have on the Black Friday, plugging it in right there again. So I want to make sure that I get both of those that content done. And also I kind of have a big project for that. It's not like a super big project because I've already made one before, but I really want to have another one made on top of maybe a few hats. So I'm not too sure what I'm doing yet. But we shall see between now and then. The only person who really knows what I'm going to be doing next week is future me. And So we have reached the end of this week, and it is time for the recap of what all I've made. So, first off, we have, of course, that you guys just saw, the baby bokoblin. He is adorable. He took me a little bit longer than I thought he would, but also not as long as I expected. Honestly, the main thing I was procrastinating on him was sewing him up, but he has probably about 30 hours worth of work in here. Um, I do have him priced at $100. He's adorable. I love him. He's a good chunky size and he's cute. But here he is. So, and I will be placing right about here the tally like I did last week. So, $100 for him. And then we're going to stick with my um stuffed animals. So now we have my quiet fidgets. I've got two different types right now. I have my little Santas, and you pop up their head, and they do that. Boop, 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 boop. I got two of them in two different skin tones. And I am planning on having a few more skin tones come River Fete, but hopefully I have time. I've got a brown skin tone, and I've got a little bit more of a pinkish skin tone I'm planning on doing. I got those done. I have those priced at $20 a piece. So here and here. And then I've got two different Christmas trees, and I am going to sew on their lights come while I'm editing. But these guys are also $20 a piece, and I have where the tree part, the pine needles, is a plush yarn, and I have the trunk where it is a acrylic as well. So that way you got the two different textures. So those are $20 each. Now I've also been I have my axolotl that is $25. And I like to do my axolotl gills with this faux fur. Now, I will say this is a discontinued yarn that's with the faux fur, but I have like a whole tote of it, so I'm not too worried about running out for a long while. And I have found equivalences that I can replace it with. But he is adorable. He's just a little blue guy. Not much fancy about him beyond the fact that his gills are made with faux fur. So he is 25. Now we're going to be moving into, I've been making my littles with I use Posh yarn as a general weight, but not all of them are made with Posh. Some are made with just chenille. Some are made with this other yarn, couple of yarns that I've found on Amazon. I can't remember the brands. If I have the brain capacity here in a few minutes, when I'm editing this to do the brands, I'll put them up, but I don't know yet. But we have 1, 2, 3, 4 fishies. These are $10 each. This pink that I have on these guys, this is the last of this pink, and this is Big Twist Posh, and this is all I had left. So no more of this hot pink's going to be seen in my booth. And I've got like this much left of this blue. So this is the last of this as well. With the exception of a couple of guys that are waiting for eyeballs and stuffing on all that stuff. I gotta find my eyeballs. And then I have two little triceratops. These are $10 as well. And then I've got 1, 2. Let's see if I can just tank him here. There we go. 3, 4 little octopus And these are all $10 each. So that is it of my little plushies that I've made. Now we're going to be moving in to my hats. So I've got this Pride bucket hat that is made. I've got some ends I got to sew in when I get off here as well. This is one I actually made a few years ago, back when Joann's was still around, for a Pride, and it got lost into the abyss of my yarn. So I'm throwing it in. It's $20. And I know last week I called this a beanie, but it's actually a beret. This is a wool blend, a little beret. I actually think it's really cute and adorable. I have that priced at $35. This guy I originally made for Creative Con a few months ago, but somehow it never got put in my inventory. Life happens. But it's a Leia hat. See, with her little space buns? And that is priced at $35 as well. Then we have my purple gnome hat. This is a wool blend as well. I have priced at $45. And we have my elf hoods. So this one's more child size. This is a wool blend as well. This is priced at $55. It's got these beautiful colors ombre through, these browns, these reds, these oranges. And I did make the pom-poms myself because I could not find pom-poms that I liked, and I did it this way because I just thought it looked better and it still matched. And then I've got the trim on here as well. That is the same yarn that I made the pom-poms out of. And then I did the same thing with this guy. Is kind of an evolution of the previous hood, but this one's got a lot of grays going through it, and it's big, and it's got a little bit more dramatic thing. But also this is mohair, and it glows in the dark. And again, I did the pom-poms out of the same yarn I did the trim out of. And the brown one, I don't know if I said, is $55. The brown, orange, and red one. And this one I have at $75. So for that should give us a grand total of $525. Now we add it to the $550 I made last week, and that will give us a total of $1,080 that I've made so far. Now remember, my goal is still $3,000 inventory. I am going to be working hard next week. I do have Thanksgiving in there, and although I'm not doing the main event of Thanksgiving, we're going to my in-laws for Thanksgiving dinner. I do still have to make some of the side dishes to bring over. So we'll have that. But I do have a few plans of things I'm going to be working on while the week progresses. I also have my market on Black Friday as well. Like I said, I'm not stocking for that. I've got plenty from the past markets to stock that one. Like I have more than can fit on one table. So I'm not worried about that. And then after that I have River Fete, Winter Fete. So until then, y'all stay safe, have fun, and always happy stitching.